What's up, guys? Here we are again, episode 4 of Coffee Talk with Ed Coolman, aka the Rebel Roaster. Thinks outside the bean.
And David Villa from Coffee Upside Down.
Yeah, I haven't done any upside down antics, but check out the Instagram and you'll see it all up in there. So today we are brewing a bean from East Timor, which means east.
Which means east.
Timor-Leste means east.
East.
So this is a tiny country in Indonesia, the only Indonesian Asian country that is south of the equator, just south of the equator. Really interesting coffee. Traditionally, hasn't been of the best quality back in the day, which was a Wednesday, by the way. But Ed picked up this coffee. It's an organic coffee, and we just grinded it, branded it, and it smells awesome.
We mashed it up.
So we're doing the same brewing technique as we did with the Sumatra in the last episode, which is a Melita single brew. You can pick these guys up for $2-3. Really easy. Grind it coarse. Put some water right off the boil.
Not too coarse.
Not too coarse.
No.
Not as coarse.
Actually,
as
I would say
French press.
go as fine as you can without it hampering or getting the filter clogged up and prolonging the brew. So you want to get as much as you can out of the coffee.
I said corrected, sir.
No, well, you're not. I'm just saying that's what I would do. You
I
can
know.
do whatever you want.
No, yeah. It's a little coarser than, definitely coarser than espresso, coarser than your drip coffee. You want the water to slowly pass through the grinds, so it picks up some of that flavor. So it's not a full immersion method; it's a pass-through method, so to speak. So
One pass.
So East Timor, what's it all about?
East Timor. Tell them. You know.
Oh, yeah. So it's a tiny little country. This is an organic coffee.
Well, with me, it fell off. I told you before, it fell off my radar back when they were having a lot of unrest before 1999. The coffee quality just wasn't there. There were other Indonesian coffees that were doing quite well. I mean, Sumatra, Java, and the like. And this was a chance that when I was getting samples from one of my coffee suppliers, they said, "Hey, you want to try something?" And I said, "Sure." And I was not looking for very much out of the coffee, and when I first sampled it the first time, I was pretty blown away by it, quite frankly.
And this is about 7 days off the roast?
Yeah, we're doing this
and
a little bit
you
later.
first tried
3 days,
3 days,
and you
were,
out of my roast.
you were
Yes.
very impressed. So we're just going to sip this black, let it cool for a second, just do a quick profile of the East Timor. It's finishing up right now. In the meantime, do want to say, by this point, we are halfway through the pre-sale of my first bean, Coffee Upside Down.
Coffee Upside Down brand.
Brewed especially by Ed. Went through about...
Roasted. I'm not going to brew it for you. I'm not going to come home and brew it for you.
Brewed up in your brain.
I'll roast it up. I'll cook it for you.
You cook it. So he roasted it after we went through and tasted 7 or 8 Colombian coffees. This is one from Tolima. So check it out. It's on therebelroaster.com. Coffee Upside Down, Colombia, Tolima.
I got the fox, not the pig.
You got the fox. What does the fox say? Yeah, and then we're going to move on from there. So hopefully you guys enjoy it, and then we'll start bagging some more coffee. In the meantime, Ed has several blends on his website. Cold brew,
cold brew,
Brazil, Colombia,
Colombian,
and always experimenting with other stuff.
Always playing with different
Cool.
stuff.
East Timor. Cheers.
East Timor. Cheers.
Barbara Donovan, cheers to you. She's the maker of these snarky little cups. Snarky.
Now see...
Tell me.
No, you go ahead. The fun thing about coffee is that there's so many coffees out there. And a lot of times in specialty shops we kind of stick with what we know. And so sometimes when you're like me, not in the box, you get a chance to try something outside of the box.
Or the bag.
And this was really a fun coffee. So possibly thinking about bringing this one in
Yeah.
to offer.
What type of roast profile did you do on
This one is actually in the lighter range, but not as light, not modern light. It's had a chance to get
creamy.
Yeah,
it's got a nice mouthfeel for being a lighter roast.
And really clean.
Yeah.
And it still has some nice acidity even after all this time of waiting.
Yum.
So I could drink this coffee every day.
It's so good. I mean, it kind of, we did the Burundi a couple weeks ago.
It's
similar, but it's got a heavier mouthfeel.
Heavier
A
mouthfeel.
little lower acidity.
Right. Not as winey as like the red wine acidity.
Right,
that
it's a
you
little
taste
more citrusy to me. I like this.
Yum. It's a good coffee.
East Timor.
It's East Timor, which is, like I said, I'm impressed. So I'm really impressed. So not that means much, but I mean...
It means everything to me.
It means...
And to these people
it's
out
just
there.
being around coffee for a long time, and then, you forget about something, and then it's like, oh, wow, that was a pleasure. And, just goes to show you that I need to not prejudice myself against certain origins because of bad experiences that I've had in the past, right?
Yeah. Keep your brain open. Ed doesn't like to pat himself on the back, but he has had...
My shoulders are bad, so it really hurts.
Has had about 25 plus years of experience roasting coffee. So
whether
a lot
that's
of
good or bad,
experience.
nobody really
Bad
knows.
experiences, good, mixed emotions, highs, lows, everything in between. You've had a lot of bad coffee, you've had a lot of great coffee, and there's something to be said for a level of experience that you can't get from...
Which I think is what makes you an expert.
Sure.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
Whenever you go to somebody's office,
yeah,
the coffee expert is always the guy who drinks the most coffee.
Right.
They say, oh, we got a coffee expert here. He drinks coffee all day long. I don't know why that makes you an expert, but if that's the case, the amount of cups that I've consumed makes me a super expert, I think.
I think that's going to be the new registration system, actually.
Yeah. How much coffee do you drink?
Yeah.
And you can't get in the club unless you drink so many gallons.
Minimal to copious amounts. Right. Where are you on the scale? Okay, East Timor. This is really tasty. We're going to let it cool off the camera and keep tasting it. Maybe Ed will roast it up, and look for it at therebelroaster.com.
Maybe.
On Instagram, on Facebook. If it's not on there, something else will be on there that's delicious.
Yeah.
So, cheers.
Cheers again.
Done for the day. See you next time, guys. Yummy.